Hey everyone. So I was a few minutes late. I'd used the wrong Zoom link. Um, we should fix that at some point. The calendar thing. Oh, it's the wrong Zoom link, but it's all good. I think the audio just dropped out. Oh, it's back now.
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yeah, that's all good.
Anyways, and I heard of the Lowell Sustainability Council through 350 Mass, which is an organization I'm also on.
Oh, okay.
Ryan is too.
My name is Williana Aquino. I got introduced to the Lowell Sustainability Council back in 2016, 2017. It was coming to meetings then. Took a break, and now I'm back. And I've been in the renewable energy space for over a decade here in Massachusetts and internationally as well. But yeah, I'm also a farmer.
Hi, my name's Steve Laughlin. I'm a wastewater engineer. But I've always done mass save and stuff like that for my houses and stuff like that and try to conserve any way I can. And my son just bought a house and he just had mass save come in and put insulation in and all the doodads and all that stuff. So Michaela was talking to me and said to come, so I decided to come by.
Yay. Hi, Brian. Just in time for introduction. Yep.
I'm Ryan. I forgot to prep for this. Okay, I'm Ryan. I am a member for almost a year now, so back in April. I am a middle school teacher. I teach middle school English, and I've been kind of, in touch with some like local organizations, starting to get more involved with 350 Mass. So. And then Brian, do you want to go?
Brian Malari. Been living in the city for about 20 years. I just care about the city. I'm in the tree business, and it's kind of what I think about most of the time, but not all the time. So, I just wanted to kind of make a difference here in the city, so that's why I'm here.
Jay Tobin, Energy Manager for the city. Been involved in that, environmental health and safety, energy for 30 years anyways. And since you're in wastewater, I was in the metal finishing business for a long time doing environmental health and safety for the companies. I was involved with industrial pre-treatment for a number of years. And considering, so you did the Mass Save, we actually have someone on the sustainability division, an energy advocate, that's good for being an advocate for the Mass Save program.
Yes. All right, Cormac?
Cool. Hi, everyone. Cormac Hondas McCarthy, Michaela's brother. And I've also been on the council for the past 6 years. My background's in engineering and run a small startup in the city making ropeless lobster fishing gear. So work with lobster pretty frequently. On the council to hopefully, help the city go towards more sustainability initiatives to keep us on track to, have the city be a place where people want to flock to because of its sustainable initiatives. Because, that's something that I would look at as someone looking to move into the city. So,
Awesome. Well, it's nice to hear everybody talk about themselves a little bit, so thanks for joining us, and this meeting will be pretty exciting because a big part of it's going to be us planning for the event that we're having on April 5th. But, so you can get all the inner workings of how that works, us getting our act together. But, the first thing is the minutes for approval from the February 27th meeting. So if everybody just wants to have a quick look at that, let us know if there's any edits. And Brian, there's some food over there that's open to us.
Great.
You hungry?
Thank you.
What's one of those?
Again, very thorough.
I know.
Oh, you took.
I can make a motion to approve them.
All right,
Second?
all voting in favor?
Aye.
All
Cool.
right. So
I
I
wonder
could,
who the here's this echoing down hall.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna go
here.
see if there's something
Must
on.
be a speaker.
we're gonna sit down in the city council, so.
Do they have like cameras just watching everything that's going on live?
I think they do.
That's
Maybe, like,
cool.
Yeah. That'd be weird if it was like at all times.
Yeah.
All right, great. So we'll move on to the polystyrene UK styrofoam fan survey results from Ryan.
Yeah. So, polystyrene has become my thing over the last year.
Everybody needs something.
Yeah. But so just to kind of give a frame of where we're at in the process, we had a conversation with this group maybe 8-9 months ago about something like that, about polystyrene, about styrofoam food containers, and how styrofoam food containers are a probable, polystyrene is a probable carcinogen, according to the World Health Organization. It's also non-biodegradable, so animals mistake it for food. There's just like a lot of bad things about styrofoam. And specifically when heated, the carcinogen, can leach into the drink that you're drinking. So like coffee or tea or whatever. And so in particular, like concerned about that. So we had a motion, or I guess we've been talking about a ban on, some form of a ban on polystyrene food containers in the city. We talked with a lot of like local people, but then at a certain point we're like, oh, we hadn't talked with a lot of businesses, the local businesses, small businesses that would have been impacted. So now we did that. And so I have results from a survey of small businesses. And we had not a ton of replies. We had like 7.
Okay.
But it's something.
Yep.
And
How many did you send out?
so a lot. And we had actually Catherine sent out through like the city's business channel. I don't know exactly where it is, but yeah, she sent out through the city. Oh no, we have 9 now. Okay, so I'll read through. So there were several questions. First, were you aware that polystyrene is a carcinogen? Most said yes. We had like a couple that said no. Next, do you currently use polystyrene? Mostly no. I think there's only 3 that said yes. 3 of the 6 that said yes, we currently use it.
The 3 that didn't know was a carcinogen?
No.
So-
But, and so then there were questions about, why. So if you do use it. So if you currently use styrofoam, what are some barriers? Those that said that they do said cost and convenience were the main things. Although some just said no barriers, please make everyone switch. So you had kind of both ends of the spectrum there. But there were 4 responses having to do with cost. What would you like from the city in order to help you move to a more sustainable, safe material? We got a couple responses here. So on the one end, we have, there's no such thing as a sustainable single use, right? So kind of the most, I guess, yeah, that's one end.
And that's it.
People bringing their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we should all,
Sanitary.
yes, that's one end. And then we had on the other end, so one response was, we would like the city of Lowell and advocates to stop micromanaging small businesses by mandating things that make small businesses' survival more and more difficult. And I think, I understand the feeling there, like it's small businesses. And we talked about ultimately it's the large corporations that are like producing these things that, in my opinion, I guess I should say, should be paying to address the harms that they do. And as a city council, or as a city, I guess there are things that we could do. So those are kind of the 2 ends. Some people gave like specific things. So if there was a cheaper compostable local service to use, We would all go compostable, but it's very expensive. Yeah, like providing cost like an information about alternatives from the city. Someone said grants or discounts to switch or make alternatives more affordable. So those are kind of what we get. And then, would a 2-year phase-out timeline help you? So that was something we talked about to, so for two-year phase-outs to like give small businesses more time to adjust than like larger businesses, and we could define what that is. And we got a mix again. So we had 3 no's, like that wouldn't help me. We had a maybe, and no, 2 maybes and 3 yeses. Provided,
Sounds like cost is like the big
yeah.
factor.
I
Yeah.
visited two of my favorite two of my favorite places, like their convenience stores with like the food in the back, the Spanish ones, and it's kind of like what you got in responses, like, yeah, we know they're toxic. If you could provide us with like alternatives, and one of them said that cost, that like they know that there's alternatives out there, but they are more expensive. So it's pretty much kind of like what we know. I didn't get anything different from them.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts before? Because I have like a motion idea, but I want to hear any other thoughts. Yeah.
I mean, again, like I said before, like I don't think it's really the government's job to like come up with alternatives. Like a good business owner will figure out what to do to make money. We know these things are bad. Like they should probably be illegal. I think like you start the process of doing that and then let people figure it out for themselves, you know? I don't think, it sounds harsh, I know, but like that's what business is all about. That's what business people do, figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's hard because the end cost of people, like they're cheap on the front end, styrofoam, but they're causing harm later on and causing higher costs later on in terms of like disposal, environmental stuff, health stuff. So like they're externalizing all of these down the stream costs for who to deal with, like society. And
Right.
like,
I think I lost audio again.
Oh. Can you hear better now?
It's like cutting out. I don't know if are you guys? It doesn't show that you guys are on mute or anything.
No.
Oh, now you're back. Okay.
Yeah, we
Hear
can
ourselves down
yeah.
the
I was
hall.
gonna say,
I know. We know it's working.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's the microphones on the table. It's like cutting out completely. But we're good. I'm back now. All right. I just wasn't sure when I was touched, but all right. I'll just wait next time instead of interrupting.
Okay. No, it's fine. So yeah, I was kind of like using that as the argument to make styrofoam more expensive, which sucks because you want business owners to be able to make margins on their products and you want to support business owners, but like styrofoam should be more expensive on the front end. It's only cheap because of the stuff we have to deal with afterwards. So I think we should keep at this and try to find a way to, so I mean, you're gonna hear what your motion is.
Does the city of Lowell, have they banned in the school systems or anything like that?
No, this building serves, the guy downstairs serves, the city lunches.
That seems like a great place to start.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about what
the
what
schools
the food
do.
service does. Yeah, I haven't
Schools
paid
do.
close enough attention.
Yeah. The schools do. Chelmsford doesn't. Lowell does.
What?
The school system uses styrofoam for the school lunches.
Low.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so that'd probably be the first area instead of, if the city's following the code, then the others will start following. The city of Springfield is now composting all their food wastes,
Lovely.
with a local.
It's the second time.
This is the second time.
Okay, comments, yeah.
Poor Cormac. I was driving last time that
This is
happened.
the second time.
That's it, yeah, that was at the DPW.
That was-
Yes.
And you were going, wow, this is great, we got all these big
Well,
screens
no,
here.
the last
And all-
time
It was like all around.
All of a styrofoam?
I know. They said, no, we want to keep our styrofoam, we'll show them. No, the last time that happened, we were in the DPW, and it was just all big screens, like, all around. It was like, oh my god.
Did someone hack the?
Someone-
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
Zoom
yeah,
bombed.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think Kathy goes, how do I make it stop? Yeah, because I was doing it remotely. I'm like, I thought I did something like, what?
Yeah, no, we're all used to it by now, Jay. We're all used to it by
I
now.
didn't even flinch this time.
Yeah, I mean, here we go again.
Hey,
Was it as bad that time as it was the time before?
no. That we only had the little screen this time, but we were all just laughing about it.
It showed, something popped up on my screen that says Cormac is now hosting.
Oh, great.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
I'm like, don't be blaming this on me.
Yeah. I wonder if like people that watch live, if they can. If
Oh my
that-
God.
No, because I was remote in that last one. It came up on mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it comes up on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I guess it's in the meeting, so
Is
if
there a way
anybody
to
who has a
edit-
window
Yeah,
open would
Edit
see
that
it.
out. I think Catherine started over last time.
You think someone's watching this meeting?
I don't know how they do that.
I don't know. Sorry, Steve. You've now been indoctrinated into the club of craziness. Okay, styrofoam. When did this? Were we talking about styrofoam last time too? No.
Yeah.
I forget what we were talking about last time when that happened, but anyway. All right. So your motion.
Yes. Is it being recorded now? Make sure we're on the. Make sure we're on the air.
Yeah.
Are you restarting the Zoom or no?
The Zoom is up, yeah. Can we close the Zoom, like if you, make it like a private, I don't know. You have
Oh,
to-
yeah, I think
You have to ask. for
Catherine,
permission.
yeah, you had to ask permission to get in after that.
But Jay is supposed to come on too.
See if they can sign in again.
You wanna try to sign in now, Cormac?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Alright, well, it was recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's useful for the city.
Can that be edited out?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe it's going to be in the recordings, and there's definitely not going to be anybody that's editing or deleting any of it, so it's just going to be saved into their files.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's an IT problem.
Mr. Rapper.
Yeah, so if you sign in, I think Jay's trying to sign on too, so I can, once you're in, I can call Jay and put him on speaker.
Okay,
Um,
I'm signed in, so,
oh, to the Zoom?
yep.
Oh, I don't see you. Are you,
Since Dave Johnson is the host now,
Oh, that's probably the person, is that the person that Zoom bombed us?
oh man,
what?
more of this stuff.
Are we,
It's like,
did that happen
I think that we're
to?
stuck. I think that there's no Zoom today.
I think we need to
Okay.
create, and do we need to create a new Zoom link?
I think we just need to cancel open meeting laws.
How?
Oh, yeah, you could start a
Yeah.
new meeting and send them the link, right?
Okay.
Let me try to call Jay.
How open do meetings have to be?
I know,
You know.
it's a little too
I mean,
open.
yeah, right. I mean, we're open, right? I mean, we
Yeah.
have this technology
Yeah.
that long ago.
Cormac, I'm gonna try to conference Jay in. Hang on a second. Right. Hey Jay, how's it going?
Good.
Nice.
I looked for a link, but I didn't see one.
Well, you don't want that link anyway, because we just got Zoom bombed. So I've got you here on speaker on the phone with Cormac.
Great, thank you.
All right, we're all here. We're all safe. And Ryan was just gonna, yeah, safe, marked safe.
Nice.
And so Ryan was gonna go over his motion about the styrofoam ban after we just went over some feedback, primarily saying cost was an issue. So take it away, Ryan.
Okay. So, given the feedback from small businesses and also some of the mixed feedback from residents, and given that we are an advisory body and like we couldn't even set the exact policy, I move to present the city with a list of options on a scale from most restrictive to least restrictive, and acknowledge the need for like an environmental justice approach, to like think about the harm to small businesses and then allow the city to make a decision based on that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that. Should we incorporate like a suggestion for the schools to start with? Maybe
that.
considering.
So I guess I'm a little confused on the like how government works exactly. So you're supposed to write a motion and then file, like who would be ultimately responsible for making this, like?
It has to kind of go through the food chain, so it would kind of it would go to the sustainability division, then it would pass up to the DPW, and then the DPW director would feed it to the city manager.
Let's skip a bunch of steps.
Yeah, there's a bunch of steps.
Yeah, let's just skip them all.
That'd be nice, but
Who's the?
unfortunately,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
How are you gonna do it?
Just the interference on your end, I can't hear them.
Okay, of course.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right?
Yes.
Thanks.
So the motion would be to have us put together, Sustainability Council put together a list, as you said, recommendation maybe for the school to like have a look at the schools banning styrofoam. That would get up the food chain to Catherine, DPW. I'm wondering if we could ask Catherine if it made sense for us to like present it to the school committee or something as a.
So there's like a separate entity that does the food service.
Yeah, Aramark probably,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
what it is,
Yeah.
So could we write a letter to Catherine with like kind of all of this just in its like styrofoam, please like do these things, and then we can talk about like the specifics of
Yeah.
how to do that.
I think we should incorporate like a case study too, because I don't know if Chelmsford uses Aramark or what, but we could ask someone from like a neighboring city that we know uses styrofoam, like Springfield, as Steve said.
I know Lexington Public Schools also doesn't,
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's my schools.
yeah. My mom works there, like, yeah.
Yeah, so if we could connect with someone that has something to do with that decision there, or like can see the cost of it, it would be good to include that in like the case.
I mean, it might be
study.
better to do one more similar to Lowell than Lexington.
People will roll their eyes, is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, it's a richer
Well, it's not
town, it's
Lexington.
not a bigger city,
Yeah.
you know?
Like a
More
Lynn
tax
or
dollars in
Brockton,
there.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of along the same
Even
lines.
Springfield.
Springfield is perfect.
Springfield's similar,
Yeah.
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 I will.
I do just have to bring up this is kind of like similar to the plastic bag ban.
Yeah.
And I kind of almost wonder if, it'll be really difficult to make progress aside from just, a sweeping ban on it. I mean, for instance, like Market Basket, right? They have plastic bags and, they're a similar, they're an all-income demographic, like high and low. And you know, doing the ban kind of allowed the transition to really just happen. And things kind of got sorted out. And so I just wonder if it's going to be a kind of doing it, you know, on case by case basis. Like we know that we need to do this, right? It's not just an aspect of waste, right? Where like the plastic bags were. It's like an actual health thing as well. So I do kind of almost, you know, lean toward the side of like, let's just try to, you know, this is an antiquated, you know, piece of technology and material at this point. It just, you know, to a degree, I kind of think that it would be like doing these kinds of things, you know, doing, you know, bans on things that are unsustainable is very much in sort of the purview of the, like what the Sustainability Council's, you know, mission is to try to increase sustainability throughout the city. You know, there's an advocacy piece, but, you know, we are a small volunteer group and we do only have so much bandwidth. And if we do take on a lot of, you know, outreach effort with this, it'll kind of reduce our ability to do other things.
Would it make sense to like bring this before the city council? Does that make sense at all?
Well, Ryan, did you get anywhere? You reached out to Janess, Counselor?
Yeah, I spoke with him
Oh.
just like privately, like or I didn't actually get to speak with him. I messaged him like myself about it. But as like a council, I think we have to go like
Yeah, they want to kind of
Right.
put it through us to go up
Yep.
that way into the council.
That makes sense. But like in the process of putting this letter together, document, like we can like educate people on the effects of styrofoam too, because that's our mission too, is to educate, advocate.
Yeah.
So maybe the more people know about the harms of styrofoam, things might happen, especially in I think if we could make a dent with the schools,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be like huge. Every day there's so many people.
On a
living-
point with the schools, I know also Watertown does something similar to like what you mentioned, where they, at least the middle schools, do the composting with a service. They come and do that. So.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought, well, I
But
thought.
here's a question. Are they composting, but yet are they still using styrofoam?
Yeah, I mean, it's two different things. I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, they're not, because they're teaching the children to use what they're eating from, so they're not.
They might be using compostable materials
Mhm.
too. Yeah, because that's what Chelmsford does that. It's like the paper, cardboard
Cardboard.
stuff, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, in the interest of time, do we need to vote on this, or, I mean, do you want to make a motion to kind of like have this be a
Yeah, so I
official?
move to write a letter to Catherine, just to have her redirect to appropriate channels to advocate for an outright ban on styrofoam in schools, as well as municipal properties, and to recommend a total ban in the city, and then provide, if the city is not willing to do that, some steps that would help to move toward that. That's my motion.
How confident on a scale of 1 to 10 are you that Catherine's going to do anything with this?
I think she would send it in.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she sends, because like we had the letter about
The great pavement?
roads. Yeah,
Yep.
great pavement.
Yeah, I don't think it's Catherine's department to oversee the implementation, but I think she'll definitely like move it.
Yeah, I would-
Yeah,
if I didn't like something, I'm not gonna, I wouldn't roadblock it.
Yeah.
I'd be,
Here you go.
pass
Yeah,
along,
yeah,
here's my
yeah.
input, yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
I'll second the motion.
awesome, okay. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Great. Motion passes.
Can I interject? I've got two points I'd like to make if I could. Can you
Yeah.
hear me okay?
Absolutely, Jay, we can hear you.
All right, great. Number one, is there public support for the idea? I know there was some concern that this might hurt disadvantaged businesses, and there was concern that, it might not be appropriate in a EJ community. I don't know where that stands, number one.
Yep, so cost was a big issue in the outreach that Ryan did and that Liliana did. But this motion is, I think, specifically looking for a ban in schools primarily, and maybe some municipal properties, and then eventually look at a total ban in the city. But I think the key would be, we want to really push looking at it in the schools first.
Okay, so that brings up my second point, which would be, I'd be happy to advocate to the schools, through the school committee, a motion that would at least look at, what is the current status of the use of styrofoam products in the schools now?
Yeah.
And has there been any investigation as to substitute products at all? Just getting a little bit of information about where they are now might be really helpful.
Yeah, that would be great, Jay, if you'd want to do that. And maybe you can use some of the stuff that gets put together in this letter, because I think we're gonna try to look at other schools that have actually been successful in implementing no styrofoam, like Chelmsford, maybe Springfield, schools like that. Yeah, that's great.
Yay.
Yay! All right, on to the next. So, we want to leave at least 40 minutes, I would say, to talk about the summit stuff. So we have a few things. Jay, did you want to go over any sustainability division updates? Can we take that out of order?
Sure.
Have 'em?
Nothing really new compared to what I said the last time, but all the lighting projects that I mentioned the last time,
Yep.
probably don't remember anyway. They're all done, which is good, because we had the deadline of March 31st to get them done. And so it was 5 or 6 schools in the JFK building and half the library.
Nice. Meeting deadlines, wow.
Yeah, and we got another project, one of these things you don't see is upgrade to some motors and drives, for heating and cooling in another 5 schools and the JFK building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Nice.
that was like a $200,000 project, and it will only end up paying like 12 grand out of pocket.
Sweet,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And then the last you said about the solar on the high school was the panels were delivered.
Okay, so solar, so between Wang, McAuliffe, Robinson, and the high school, everything should be done by the end of May. All 4, because right
They'll
now,
all be
Wang.
installed?
Yeah, Wang is pretty much done. And then they're working on McAuliffe kind of call at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, those 4, I got an update not too long ago, and they said by mid-May, everything will be installed, but I'll call it the
right
end
in
of
time
May.
for the summer, that's perfect.
Most amount of light out.
Yes, we gotta have a party,
Yeah, solar panel, party.
yeah. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
I'm getting the
Yeah.
chills, this is great. Cool, and then, so they might be like powered up after, like a few months after they're
it
installed?
should be,
National
the
Grid can
the
take a
connection
while.
part can sometimes take a while, but hopefully not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe they'll get a rush through or something, I don't know, but that's.
But we do have a good working relationship with National.
Right, that's incredible. Are you guys planning any like big unveiling?
I don't know, maybe once
Palooza?
once that's all done, because the high school's the big focus, so
Yeah.
when that's all up and running, I think.
Awesome.
There's a plan to probably do some type of ribbon cutting ceremony.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Jay, you hear that?
Yeah, I'm beside myself. That's incredible. I think the Sustainability Council needs to get down to the high school and get a group picture up on the roof with some of these panels going up.
Oh, yeah, yep, actually, there'll be a crane, going there, I think next week, if I remember correctly,
Go over after the summit.
That's right.
Nice.
to get material up there, yeah.
Jay just dropped off the
Yeah.
call.
Oh.
There's a whole bunch of other solar in the works too, and a lot of other buildings.
That's incredible. Hey, Jay, we lost you for a second.
Yes, thank you
That's
for
right.
getting me back.
I wouldn't give up on you like that. Let me just call Cormac again, hang on.
Then we got weatherization projects starting at JFK, second round.
Okay.
The cemetery buildings, the water buildings, the wastewater buildings, and DPW parks buildings.
Nice.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey, Jay, hang on a second. How do I do this? Stop. Hey, Cormac, hang on a second. Alright, I think I gotta add Cormac, like, as
That
a,
is it.
Yeah, that's the JFK zone
Yeah.
right there,
yeah.
yeah.
I only know because we've had meetings there.
Yeah, and isn't this a JFK Plaza?
Yeah.
Police and fire.
Hey, sorry, I called you on FaceTime, I couldn't merge. Alright, now you're both here. You're both back. Okay, so we got some exciting news on solar and weatherization, and that's huge. May. Wow. Well, thank you for that update. That must be fun to deliver fun news like that.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
The library was probably the coolest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Before and after, if you go in the library, I gotta get the second half done,
yeah.
which I can't touch until the new fiscal year, but that'll be good to get the big reading room done,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I went into the library before you mentioned it here, and I was like, I noticed that.
Aw.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Awesome. Jay and Cormac, do I still have you guys? Alright. Jay, you're on mute. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Speaking of budget stuff, so this just came to my mind, so I'm gonna add it as a potential agenda item for the next meeting, is to discuss, like, if we need a budget for next year. Next year, cause it's almost budget season. Alright, if we want to request a budget for next year for ourselves. Alright, so we got those updates. Can we table the home modernization navigator unless you have any updates? Usually we get an update from Catherine.
Yeah, I don't have any
Okay.
updates about it, yeah.
That's fine. The specialized stretch code support letter, do we have
Move
anything
that.
news on that? Yeah.
No,
We're gonna move.
Move that. I think, well, I didn't go last night, but I think 350 Mass was gonna try to do some, or Jay, were you at 350 Mass last night?
No, I had to work. I was planning to go and I couldn't.
Me neither. But I thought they were gonna try to do, get a study going on Mary's concern
Yep.
about, yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, because of time and the summit, I think we should push it to next week too,
Okay.
or next week, next month.
Alright, we'll push it to next month.
I agree.
Alright, so then there's a council ordinance change. I'm just trying to knock everything else
Yeah.
off so we can.
Did you
Um,
find anything out about that?
No, we were gonna mark it up and then no one really had any feedback yet, but, we can maybe move it to next month, give people a little bit more time to look at it, cause I don't think there's any like immediate rush. Unless someone feels strongly otherwise.
I don't know what their timeline, what the timeline is.
Hello, can
Hey,
you hear me?
Yep, we
Yep.
got you again. Alright. So,
Anybody there?
yep, we're here. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hey, Jay, can you hear us?
Hello?
I think I called back. Technology is so fun. Alright, or Jay's in the car. Okay, so let's go to the summit now then.
Yeah.
Jay, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, alright, no. I'm gonna just say.
It's like an early 2000s ad for
I
phones.
know, like, can you hear me?
Well, I turned on the microphone and said, can you hear me now? I'm like,
I wonder if it's my stupid phones. Could be. Alright, so let's talk about the summit.
next Saturday.
Alright, it's coming up soon. So, I have a little, checklist, the checklist is at the bottom of the agenda. So, the draft agenda. First thing is, so it starts at 11. Can anybody or whoever is able to, can we meet? Yeah, at like maybe 9:30 to just do a check of everything.
Yes.
Hey Jay, can you hear me?
Yes, I
All
can.
right, beautiful.
Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. All right, so we're just starting to talk about the summit, Jay. So, we're gonna try to show up at LTC the morning of, Saturday, the 5th, at like 9:30 to just get things set up and stuff.
Okay.
Can, someone reach out to LTC and just confirm that we have like, or maybe Ryan, you have already, confirm that we have like presentation capacity and like
I will do that.
a microphone, cause,
And that we can come at 9:30?
and then we can come at 9:30, yeah, that's true, thank you.
Just in case they're like,
Turn it like,
early.
hey.
It's locked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if not 9:30, like 10, whatever we can do, would be great. It won't take us that long to set up. I might just bring some like, we usually do
What do you
like.
need us to bring? Anything?
If someone could bring like index cards, pens,
Oh, pens and markers.
and markers, yeah.
I don't have index cards.
I think I might have. I'll double check and let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Unless I steal out the work.
Usually we set up some tables, so what I've done in the past is I have this like brown paper that we just tape on top of the tables to make it like look kinda nice. And then just some like, I have a bunch of jars and I just like break up flowers just to like make it look
Oh,
kind of
that's
nice.
nice.
So I can do that, that's pretty easy. But a sign-in sheet, can someone be in charge of printing out a sign-in sheet?
I can do that.
So,
Actually, yeah, Michaela, could I ask you to share that doc with me really quick? I'm sure you have, but I'm having trouble finding it.
I gotcha. Sure. Okay,
Thank you.
awesome. So, we'll confirm, I'm gonna bring a whiteboard. We also need to decide on the winners of the awards.
Oh, yes.
Nominations?
Yes, so of the nominations, I'll read off the nominations, that's kind of like the most important thing for us to be doing right now. So, I'm just gonna read off who was nominated. So, oh, Jay's calling again, here we go. So Jay, hey Jay,
Hi, if this fails again, I'll just hang up. I don't want to keep bothering the group.
it's not a bother, I just pick up the phone when you call.
All right.
So we're just reading off the nominees. And the CBA is awarded for green design. The Greater Lowell Sustainability Council has been nominated. That would be us
Nice.
awarding ourselves.
Is that what that is? That's us?
Hey, that was a great idea.
Wasn't my idea.
I think you were the person that submitted it. The community leadership for the Climate Resilient Schools Coalition is one. Chris Sullivan, Director of Solid Waste and Recycling, for furthering environmental education by relaunching the Green Team program in partnership with Lowell Public Schools. Very cool. Neil Dale of 350 Mass, and Dan Bazarian, I think of LTC. Neil and Dale worked tirelessly to create a video and social media clips promoting home energy efficiency and electrification in 4 different languages, English, Khmer, Spanish, and Portuguese. They have been promoting them in the Lowell area to help residents get information about how they can both lower their energy bills and help address the climate crisis. The project involved working with several community organizations, including 350 Mass of Greater Lowell, CMAA, LTC, and the City of Lowell to make the video, and especially to make it in several languages. The goal is to get the information to people who wouldn't otherwise hear about it and to do it in an accessible way. So that was another one. And then lastly, 350 Mass of Greater Lowell as a whole organization was nominated for advocating at the local level for at least the last 12 years, most recently advocating for a sustainability director position, energy advocate position, green municipal aggregation, reporting on the deadly effects of heat islands, and more. So we have ourselves. We have CBA for the green design of the passive house on 555 Merrimack Street. We have the Climate Resilient Schools Coalition. We have Chris Sullivan of the Solid Waste and Recycling, and then Neil Dale plus Dan Bazarian of LTC, and then 350 Mass as a whole for nominees. So, welcome any thoughts on,
Are we doing one for green design and one for leadership? Or how many are we doing?
yeah, so in the past we've done, we can do 2 of the same category if we want to.
Or you do 2 total?
Yeah, but we do 2 total, so we can pick 2 people, 2 things.
Thanks.
What was CBA? What was like the details of their?
Oh,
That passive house that they,
so there's, on 555 Merrimack Street, they have a property, and I think a lot of it is so it's 20 to 30 apartments, and it's passive house certified, and, they have like EV charging out front. It's a really nice building inside. They have like really, yeah, it's a cool building. They, and they also, I know, they're doing work to partner with organizations to like educate the people in the buildings to like maybe check out like used electric vehicles to kind of like increase adoption and savings for people there, so.
I think that's huge that they built a passive house, however you wanna call it, passive house building without being forced to build it. So, you know, like it wasn't under, you know, the specialized stretch code isn't passed. You know?
Correct. I'm sure they had some incentives to do that, like, I'm sure
That's
they got
true.
some.
I mean, that's what we're trying to
But
say.
it's still
but
like,
yeah.
you're proving a concept.
Yeah.
And that just got unveiled this year, so they just did it, so.
I think that's pretty, I think that's very strong. I like that one.
Yeah, I would agree. And they're making it like accessible to lower income people too, so you're saving.
my question.
Yeah, so yeah, I think a lot of the tenants are lower income tenants. And so they're saving on their energy bills conceivably because it's a passive house, and then pointing them towards like electric vehicles that are affordable with the charging. Cause I think I think we all know this, a big barrier for people to get electric cars is because they don't live in a place that has charging that's convenient, so having electric vehicle charging outside an apartment building, is pretty awesome.
How would move to award CBA.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll be a second.
Okay, all one in favor?
Aye. So that would be called green design,
Yeah,
the award,
it's nice to have one in that category.
yeah.
Okay, great, that was one. Awesome, so, what is second one?
What is the climate resilient schools, is that a group?
Yep, so that is a program to allow student access to raise political questions about sustainability. It runs statewide. That program in Lowell runs from the LHS classroom of the science teacher Tara Goodhue, and she is a science instructor. And she is also the environmental club co-advisor. So it would conceivably be Tara who would be accepting the award.
And there's a Lowell branch?
That's a-
Statewide, but there's.
Yeah, it's statewide, but there's a
How
little
long has
branch.
it been?
I know, Jay, do you know, Jay worked with her a little bit more closely. Do you know how long that program has been running?
Just a little over a year. They started about early spring of 24. And they have helped, kind of joined on the part of the outreach of the statewide group, but they're very much an individual, small group of really dedicated students and advisors that have been just really doing some great work with outreach in the schools, where I think this is so important.
Yep, definitely. So they've been, I thought it was going for longer, but that's great.
Have they been invited?
Jay, did you invite Tara to this?
Yes, I believe so. I believe I put her on that. I put her contact information on that spreadsheet.
Yep.
Yeah, I also invited. We don't have a pre-existing
Oh, yeah.
relationship though, so I'm glad that Jay did. Thank you.
But if you want, I can make sure I can reach out and make sure.
That could be good,
Yeah,
just
you
to
could
make
reach
sure.
out to her, 'cause I think you're a familiar name to Tara too. I should probably introduce myself to her too, but she want me.
Another one that I like is the LTL, the Dan from TLC.
Yeah,
Since it kind of plays into the home modernization, since we got awarded. I don't know,
Yeah.
that's another one.
it's in 4 different languages. Home energy efficiency, yeah, I really like that one too.
So do we need to pick one out of these 4?
We do. We do.
I know it's hard. They're all nice.
Too many great
Yeah.
people. And we've never given an award to anyone for, or like recognized, I don't think, 350 Lowell for anything in the past for our prior awards, so it might be nice.
I'm a little biased towards them.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
they're great. They're great.
Yeah, they're dedicated. We have meetings twice a month, 2 hours twice a month. And everybody's very passionate.
Yeah. You guys do a lot of great work. Hello. We were just talking about how great 350 was.
Oh man, 12 years of dedication, 12 years of pushing and never giving up and never getting a backwind. You know, that they've had a struggle the whole time. I have enormous respect and admiration for the work that they've done. Of course, I'm a little biased, but there you go.
I know, it's funny because at least 3 of us are also members of 350 Mass, so it's hard to not be biased.
Yeah, I would agree. So, I mean, I guess the question is, so one question I have as part of this discussion is, do we want to recognize Neil and Dan specifically for the video and give them the award, and then maybe also say like, also recognizing 350 for all the work that they've
way to
done?
combine it.
Yeah, have both of them, yeah. We could say this award is going to 350 Lowell and specifically pointing to this effort on the video. Maybe show the video at the event
Yeah, that's a
so
good
people
idea.
can see it.
I know, you know, Dan's part of LTC, but then we'll be at LTC.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
they've done, you know, they do a lot for,
Yeah,
at least we have, that 350 Mass has their meetings there, we're having the summit there.
yep,
I mean, I'm totally biased, so I'm just gonna shut up now.
yeah. No. you don't have to. Does anyone want to speak to any of the other nominees? So we have Chris Sullivan, the Climate Resilient Schools. We can always do Climate Resilient Schools next year if we want to.
What did Chris Sullivan do?
Chris Sullivan is the Director of Solid Waste and Recycling, and he's doing a great job. Vic actually nominated
Yeah, I
him.
actually nominated him, but I'm more biased 350 Mass. But, you know, I wanted, you know, he's been recognized. He's brand new, so we could also push him to next year too. But he's already been recognized for work he's doing. He's trying to do this program at the school. I actually haven't followed up, and I don't know if it's still going, like if it's working. But he had already won like a green award. Do you know? No.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. There is some, he is in the works, and there is some regulations coming down the line, we kind of jumping back to the whole styrofoam and composting, so.
Oh.
I think by default, we're going that way anyway.
That's good.
Yeah, like he's done a lot with
Right.
the solid waste and composting since he's been on.
That's great.
But I mean, we could push it to next year. He'll probably have done even more. We can.
Yeah.
What program is he doing with the school you were saying?
I only wrote down what I read about, but I haven't.
Green Team Program in partnership with Lowell Public Schools. Yeah, so maybe we do this next, maybe we like see how the program ends up and look at it next.
Yeah, because I don't know if the program's still going or if, you know,
Yeah.
knowing him, it probably is, but
I think it's in its infancy.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing. Maybe it will
Just
be
trying to
better
get it going.
Yeah, wait till it's
to
a
wait till next year,
toddler stage.
toddler stage.
Yeah.
Because he's new too.
Yeah.
To the,
Yeah.
Because I think the 350 things, like, you know, we've kind of seen the deliverables come from
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
And so that makes me lean more toward that for this year.
Yeah.
And Jay said 12 years it's been an organization and they haven't been nominated by the
Yeah,
Lowell Sustainability Council.
it's overdue, I think.
I mean, Jay nominated them. I just second it.
Well, I think, no, someone from three
Oh,
fifty nominated Neil
John
and
Grossman,
Dan.
Neil,
Probably
put.
John, yeah.
Yeah, I
Good
was
for John.
asking.
And then I think I'm the one that nominated just 350
Okay.
in general.
Okay.
So, because we all kind of talked about it. All right. What do we think?
I liked, Michaela, what you said about combining the two and then saying award to 350 Mass for the video and for these other things. Just saying, like, good work.
Awesome. Okay. Is that a motion?
Motion to do that, sorry.
No, it's good.
Can Jay present that? to them?
Jay can present. Jay, would you like to present that award since you have worked tirelessly with 350? Can we call on you to do that?
Sure, I'd be honored to. That'd be great.
Awesome. All in favor? Sorry, did we skip that?
Oh, yeah. Aye.
All right, done.
Push this next year.
We got it. All right. Well, that's great. That's all. We have reached a consensus. What a good team we all are. That was not.
We're accomplishing
That was
things.
not too contentious there. All right. So the other to-dos that I have
Oh,
here.
what's going on with food?
Catherine's got the food covered,
Nice,
right?
Nice.
nice. Who is it?
I think it was Purple Carrot. Do you have any idea?
Oh, cool.
Unless it was changed to that, I don't remember that being them, but I mean, it could be.
Who did you think it was?
I thought espresso was one of them, and then there was another.
You thought what?
Espresso, and there was somebody else
Life Alive or Brood?
that,
Life
Life
Alive,
Alive?
I think that's the-
Dragonfly.
Okay,
yeah.
super.
Wonderful.
Well, it's gonna be great.
Life Alive, Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, tell Catherine thank you for covering that, that's a huge, and so if you, so we'll be there early if you guys, to like help with the food setup.
Yeah, I'm on food duty, I think.
You are?
Yeah.
All right, we're all in this together,
Victor
Jay.
have to
Are you
go
the
get the
t-
food.
no, are you the-
All right, we can, yeah, well, we'll all be early so we can help you. Thank you for doing that.
And I assume, and Catherine's gonna be a big part of the
Oh, this,
agenda.
yep, so, 7:38, all right, we've got some time. So, we will set up food and stuff. The, thing, we've decided the award winners. Oh, the awards themselves. Brian, look what Brian got us, guys. So, these are the awards. They're not gonna be like, just like that, we're gonna sand them down, this is my weekend project, if anyone wants to come over and help me. We're gonna sand these down and stain them, and then put a plaque on them, either a plaque, which I think Catherine is talking to a vendor, or trying to figure out what vendor the city has used, and then cause we can't hire a vendor the city has not used without paying out of pocket. So,
Yeah, that's a whole process.
it's a whole process. So if that fails, then there's a guy at Western Ave that can do this stuff, and I'll
Gonna
just
say,
go over
can't
that.
somebody burnt,
I have a
burn it in?
so I have a wood burning pen, believe it or not.
There you go.
I do too.
But it doesn't write very well. It's gonna look like a fourth grader did it, so I don't want it. I
You
want it to
need
look nice.
practice.
Yeah.
It's an art.
I've tried. It's so hard.
The Venn
So
diagram
bad.
between people who own wood burning pens and like
Oh,
this
this
group.
is
So-
that's hilarious, actually. So yeah, it's hard. So it's not just me. It's
Yeah, yes.
pen.
Yeah. So we want it to look presentable. So these are gonna look so good, though. I'm like so excited about these.
Yeah.
What tree is it?
That I think is maple, but I got a bunch.
Oh,
But
okay.
Yeah, I just have it all like,
There's so many of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we can make our own little
I can
awards.
take
We can
those
make our
other
own
ones.
awards for all of our.
how many are you
participants.
gonna make?
So we're gonna make 2.
Yeah. So, how do you, I mean, what's the guy gonna charge? I mean, I'll pay for the thing, whatever the guy's gonna
No.
charge.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but like, it's a time crunch. You're not gonna go through like the,
So I also plan on going to the Lowell Makes thing on Saturday, and that's like a free open workshop. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of like thinking like,
well, I know there's a
I
guy.
might just bring it and be like, can I use the
Right.
equipment? So we'll see.
Yeah, but I know there's a guy, like you said, at Western Ave.
The guy at Western Ave, I think would charge like maybe $40 a pop.
Yeah.
So there might be, I don't know. Maybe we can come crawling back to the city and be like, please pay us.
Definitely don't even ask the city. We'll just pay for it and just never mind.
So we're gonna, yeah, that's what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. We'll see what happens. But these are gonna get done and they're gonna look amazing, and everybody's gonna be like, I wanna be more sustainable so I can get one of these awards next year. So that's the deal for that.
Well, thank you, Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
thank
no
you.
problem. If you want me to take it down to the guy, I'll do
No,
that.
we'll come down to Western Ave on Saturday. We can do a group project and try to make, we can all, cause Brian dropped off like, literally like,
Well, I didn't know what
maybe
size.
like 15 of these. So I have like 15 of these at my house. So if
Do
we
you want me to
all
come
wanna
back
meet
to-
on Saturday at the
I'll come back
Western
and pick
Ave
the
for
rest
Home
up.
Makes, everybody can have one and take one home. It's great. Hang it on your wall. So, okay, so let's just quickly finalize.
What happens at this summit on Saturday?
We're just about to finalize the agenda. So at 11, from 11 to 11:15, so it's 11 to 2. We get there, people settle in, grab coffee, see people, and say, hey, nice to see you. From 11:15, I think to 11, I think like to like 11, we want to give it like 20 minutes to 11:35 is what we call like an icebreaker feedback activity. And I put the instructions to the activity. I'll share this with you, Ryan, so you can bring it up if you want to. On the slides, that's one thing, we have to all divide the slides and see who wants to say what. So it's slide 7. So this is where we need the index cards and the pens. So everybody grabs like an index card, and this is sort of like, it's a way of like talking to people in the room while also generating good ideas and feedback for the city. So everybody gets an index card, and you write 3 things on the index card that are top priorities that you think Lowell should consider to move the city forward to a sustainable future. So everybody writes 3 things on their card, then they like go find someone else, switch the cards, you see what the other person put, you tell them what they see what you put, and then you vote on like what you think the number 1 thing is on their card. And you either get 1 vote or 2 votes. I can't remember, but I'll figure it out. And then you go around and switch cards again, switch cards again, switch cards again. So at the end, we've got index cards with all these great ideas, and you can see which ones got the most votes out of everybody in the room. And then we kind of put that together and we give that to the city. And we also kind of like bring it back at the end and share it with the group and say, this got the most votes. And these were all the ideas that were generated by other people in the room. Yeah, it's fun. It gets you talking to people in like not a awkward way. And like you learn things too, because some people have expertise in wastewater management and treatment, and other people have expertise in trees and all these other great things. So it's a fun thing for people to do. So that's sort of the first part after people get coffee and get settled in. And then we have the intro. So this is where the Sustainability Council members and Williana and Brian, I would include you guys in this, even though you're not official members. You've been coming to meetings for a while. If you want. We kind of get up there and do a little presentation. So I've got the slide deck, which I'll share to everyone. The first one is just like an introduction with our mission. The next one is what is our role as a council. The next one is like the timeline of the history of the Sustainability Council. And then a list of our current and past initiatives. And then just like a fun picture slide, and that's it. And I'm very open to anything people feel like they want to add. One idea could be like what we worked on this past year. One could be, oh, I don't want to like step on Catherine's toes too much, but like, because she's going to have her presentation, but like, this is the new sustainability division and this is how it fits in with the city.
Oh, that brings me a question. I think she wanted me to ask, like how much time would she be given and to talk, and also if there's any time after that for questions?
Yeah, as much as he wants. Okay, so let's see. So the intro, so those slides I think won't take longer than 15 minutes, but we'll build like a little buffer in because it's kind of like a quick introduction. So right now, Catherine is given 30 minutes for talking and questions. Do we think that's good?
I think it's good.
Yeah, yeah. The keynote speaker usually takes like a bit. It usually takes a bit. Okay, so yeah, and so let me know if she thinks anything, and I'll send this agenda to her too, and to you, and to Cynthia. And then so we build in a break, but we also are over time. So we want to keep this to 3 hours. And right now we're at 3 hours and 30 minutes. So we have a 30-minute break that I think we should just get rid of. And I think people should have lunch during the political panel. Is that rude?
I don't think so. I haven't been to one yet, but.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Because we had left some notes before and I tried to finagle it to get it down to 3 hours. But yeah, either that I think that would be better than during the awards.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
True.
I agree. We also have 30 minutes for breakout groups, which, so sometimes, so what we've done in the past is take 30 minutes to, we've tallied up, like while everything else is happening, we tally up the results from the icebreaker and then we present it to everybody and then we like assign tables, like, hey, if you want to talk about trees, go sit over here at this table with Brian, and then everyone has like a fun discussion. So we could still do that.
Is that at the end?
Yeah, that's where it says breakout groups.
You could leave that like, if we go over time, then we don't do that.
Oh, so we could cut that out.
If we have time, we keep that on.
Actually, that's a great idea. So we'll call it breakout groups / just like results of the index cards. So if we don't have enough time for breakout groups, we'll just like say,
Yeah.
hey, everybody cares about public transportation in this city. Why don't we do more stuff? And then at the end, it's like next steps of like, thank you for coming and come to our meetings if you want to be more involved.
And that the awards are after Catherine?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. The awards are after the political panel.
Oh, political panel, I keep
Yeah.
forgetting about that.
Yeah.
That might take a while. too.
Break political panel awards. So it goes arrival, icebreaker activity, our slides, like the introduction. Then it goes Catherine, political panel, break or not, the competition award presentation, and then either the breakout groups or the results of the index card activity, and then next steps.
Do we want to? Because I remember I don't remember who said it. Someone said to put political panel and break together.
Yeah.
You still want to do that?
My only thing with that is, are the people who are gonna be talking, the political panel, have the opportunity to eat? That's a good point. They should eat. They should be- Yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
Or, yeah, I guess another option we could do is like, while, I don't know if this is too much for people, while doing lunch, doing the breakout. That's probably too much to do at once, right?
Oh, you could eat during the breakout?
We could.
And like discuss. Yeah, it feels like too much.
We're doing, like, if you put a half hour for everything, we have no next steps.
So what we could do
I
is,
mean, I don't know if a half hour is too much, but I'm just like,
we could do the break plus, break/lunch plus breakout groups.
what time y'all do that?
So we could do that at 12:45. Break, so I would change break, lunch, breakout groups. Yeah, and actually that's kind of nice, because it's like, go sit down and have your
right.
lunch, but like, if you are interested in a certain subject, sit at this table. This table is
Yeah,
for
That's a good idea.
public transportation, this table is for, Yeah.
Good idea.
All right, so that solves that. So no more breakout groups down here. So it would just be, so now we're down to 3. What's this? Equals sum. So that's 3 hours. So it goes 15 minutes to get there, icebreaker, hour slides, keynote, political panel, lunch/breakout groups, awards, and the next steps.
Sounds good.
Jay, what do you think? You're the seasoned veteran of doing these.
I was just thinking that it might be good to leverage the timing. It gives Catherine, you're going to present that letter or that idea to her, presumably tomorrow, right? On Friday. So gives her about a week to think about it. Maybe she could get back to, have some response for the summit. That would be great. In terms of the styrofoam question.
Oh.
So just using the summit as a incentive to turn an answer around, because sometimes things take a while.
That's true. Okay. What we could do is we could maybe like introduce it and like see what she thinks, and then maybe if she's like into it, present it as a incorporate it into her keynote as like an initiative that we want to work on.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest, I think it would be nice to have a lot of co-signers on the letter. So like, I was thinking we could open that, like maybe we set a time to like open it up and like have like a Google form sent out to be like, does anyone want to sign on to this letter with us? So we
Oh.
could have like, you know.
350 and
Yeah,
yeah.
and like I can send her out. I mean, I've reached out to a lot of people about it in general.
Yeah.
And just so that way we would have a list of other people that are also supportive in case it went to like the city council or something. It would look, you know, have a little more.
Yeah.
What was Jay's idea? What did you say?
To present the styrofoam ban letter to Catherine like tomorrow, and then see if she wanted to turn it around in some way to talk about it at the summit, to be prepared to talk about it at the summit. Deadlines usually are like good for some people. They cause some people stress and they help other people.
Well, yeah.
They do both for me,
Right.
to be
Yeah.
honest.
I feel like it might be too soon,
We can see what
Not a
you,
time.
yeah.
but it's obviously something that could be brought up in icebreaker, you know, like that would probably be on
Oh,
your,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if we're doing cards, that'll probably be in.
Yeah.
That's
cards.
great.
See the response of people there.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking we could have like a Google form open from like now to like our next meet, like to April.
Yep.
And then we could collect co-signers throughout that month, and like while we're at this, be like, oh, if you want to sign on to this, like, you can do this.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Yep.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should it should be brought up. I don't know if Catherine necessarily has to bring it up, but I think, or are we allowed to do that? Now I don't know our rules, but like, I think it should be brought up as like an icebreaker
Idea.
idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
and see,
Yeah.
I don't know if it can be, I don't know if it's too early to put in our. or if
Catherine
it
might
makes
want to talk
sense.
about it,
Yeah.
you know?
So we can yeah.
If it goes up through her chain of command anyways, right?
Yeah. What I can do tomorrow is, or I don't know, Ryan, if you want to, just say like, we decided as a committee that we're gonna like put this together, welcome your input and your thoughts to
This is what
Catherine.
you're talking about, so get ready.
Yeah, yeah. Or I can send her, you've already put together like a letter, but like we've done the letter, drafting of the letter, you've done a bunch of outreach, this is the stage we're now at, we're now in the process of putting this together, and we'll send you the final product once it's done, and welcome your thoughts in the meantime.
Question,
Yeah,
are we going to announce the nominees? We've never had so many nominations for the Green Sustainability Council Awards. So I'm wondering how to handle that. I was thinking of inviting Tara and telling her that they were nominated, but I don't know how to handle that, and if I should, because if they all show up and then they find that they didn't get an award, are they going to be disappointed? What do you all think about how to handle that question?
we can certainly mention other people that were nominated, like thanks, but I would say, I wouldn't, maybe you could say that she was nominated, but like we decided on someone else, but still we'll mention your team, just so that she's not disappointed. I don't want to play with her emotions like that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that
Pretty
sounds good.
devastated. She doesn't get
All right, Dad, like it's like Taylor Swift, like, oh, I didn't win this time, like, So,
Yeah, definitely. That would be great if you could invite her, Jay. And next year, next year, that would be like a really great award to give out. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Awesome, thanks. So we have 3 minutes left. Wow. Time flies, Steve, at these meetings. They're just so fun. So I think we've got everything. So the last thing we need to do that we haven't settled on tonight is just finalize the slides, which I'll share with everybody. Add a slide that you feel passionate about if you would like to, and then we'll assign slides over email for who wants to take what. If you feel, I urge you to get up there and be proud of being on the council, but I know public speaking's like not for everybody, but put yourself in an uncomfortable place when you can.
That's true.
So we'll do that over email, but I think we've ticked off everything on the list. And thank you guys for showing up early on Saturday. But we'll be out of there by 2.
Ish.
Yeah, ish, yeah.
One final
Please,
motion.
yes.
Just for clarity's sake. For that styrofoam thing, since we seem to support it,
Yep.
so I move to create that Google form and just publicize and send it out so that people can co-sign onto a letter before we actually deliver it to Catherine, so that there's whoever receives the letter can see that this many people have signed on to it.
I think so. I mean, it's not, so I think as long as we're clear that this is what's going to be done with the letter. We're not sending it out to the city council. This is a letter for recommendation to the sustainability division what, if you'd like to sign on to it.
And how long will that Google form be open? What are you thinking?
Until the next
Okay.
meeting, April, and then so that the idea would just be next meeting would be say it's closed, we send it out instead.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Don't want to usurp that.
No. I think that's fine. Cool. All right, so it's 8:00. Does anyone else have any upcoming events, announcements? There's the Earth Day thing that 350 is putting on April 20th,
I think it's 22nd.
22nd.
Whatever Earth Day is. It's a Tuesday,
It might be 22nd, yeah.
so that would be before our next meeting. It's,
Yeah, and that will be,
the 22nd Tuesday at LTC.
Yep.
At 7.
so that's a good
We're not
one.
serving dinner.
Eat first.
Eat first.
Okay, any other events we want to talk about?
The
Jay,
one,
anything?
Yes.
the one that's happening Monday night?
Oh, yeah, that Catherine
The,
put out.
yeah. What's that
Oh,
one?
is that the 31st?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's the, yes, that's the one that is,
I put it in my calendar.
a big deal. It's the
Lowell
energy
Community-
something.
Clean energy transformation?
Yes. So March 31st, and is that at UMass?
Yeah, the
Coburn Hall?
Yep.
5 to 7.
So it's a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, if people want to go.
I'm planning on going.
You are? Nice.
I might show up late, but yes.
Okay. Well, we'll all see each other Monday then. We're gonna see so much of each other. in the next-
What's it about?
Sick of each other.
It's clean energy transformation. So I think Mary sent it to everybody.
Oh, Mary, I'd said.
Lowell community meeting. Yep. Brian, you're on that email.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yep.
Didn't we
So
used to have a nuclear plant or something over there? Am I
maybe a
remembering that?
small one.
Yeah, like a
Tiny
small
one.
research type thing? Or
Michaela,
is that-
Yeah, Jay.
I sent Mary's email to you and Carmack and Anna Christina just a few minutes ago.
Oh, great.
That is amazing,
Yep.
right? Is that,
Got it.
Did you ever do anything with that?
Got
They
it.
operated at one point, yeah.
Yeah. So Jay, are you planning on going to that?
I am hopeful, yeah. I'm not positive, but it's in my calendar.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, so a bunch of us are gonna try to go, so we might all see each other sooner rather than later.
So I designed,
That's the one that you have to register to reserve your spot, so if you're definitely going, register.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you for reminding me about that, guys.
take it out to sticks and condo associations and
All right, anything else
strip stores.
before
So you run a business?
we adjourn?
a business doing that?
Yeah.
All right,
Motion to adjourn?
second. Yep, let's all do it. All right. Well, great, everybody. Thanks, Jay.